Hey guys, it's me, Madi. It's been a really long time since I've done a process video, but I'm here with you today with a really short, quick 6x6 layout that I made for a friend to go into her going away album from a group of us. So, I showed you, well, before I start, I'm just refilling my ATG gun. It needed to be refilled, so I just thought maybe I'd show it on camera. A lot of people seem to have trouble with it sometimes. I have one of the original ATG guns. I don't know if you can still buy these or not. I know they sell the pink ones at all the local craft stores, so it's a lot cheaper than what I paid for this, years and years ago. But I just simply follow the arrows, and I've never had any problems with it. But it's pretty quick, pretty simple. Before that, though, I showed you a bunch of strips of watercolor paper that I colored like a week ago or something. I had a bunch of scrap watercolor paper, and I got bored one day and just pulled out my watercolors and decided to just do some coloring. They looked really pretty, really vibrant, so I made a couple cards using them, but I had a lot left over and decided to use it on this layout. I'm making this layout for a friend of mine in the picture, Michelle. She's actually leaving for Germany, and like I said, a bunch of us made like a going away album for her so she can have when she's at Germany, and she misses us so much. So I'm kind of just making a little border frame for so the picture can go in the middle, but I totally end up changing it and not going that route, coming up with something different. So, but I still end up using this side. After I glued everything down, just trimming off the edges, the excess, and gonna move on. I am going to use a lot of Amy Tan die cuts. I think I have some from the sketchbook. I have some from Ready, Set, Go, I think. And I have some from her newest one, Plus One. So, not quite sure which die cut is which. I just throw all my Amy Tan stuff together when I store it, so sorry about that. I really wanted to use this globe, because she is going to Germany, and it kind of goes with the theme, so I did not like such a thick outline to the die cut, so I just trimmed it out and just made a thinner border around it. I also didn't like how dull the globe looked. I think that's from the Plus One collection. It's kind of watercolory everything, so I just didn't like how dull it looked. I wanted, the water to be blue and the continents to be green, so I got my watercolors out and just did some coloring just to brighten those things up. So pretty self-explanatory. I think I'm going to skip part of me coloring the globe. Maybe not. I tried to camouflage that one shadow part of the globe. I really didn't like the way that looked. I am using a Stampin' Up! Watercolor pen. I think that's what it's called. I don't know if it's a blender. I don't think it's a blender pen. I really like it. I use it a lot. It came in a pack of 2. I'm sure you can buy it at Michael's and, all the local craft stores, Hobby Lobby. So here I totally just changed what I was going to do. I flipped it over and just decided to start fresh because I was putting die cuts together, and it was such a small layout. It's hard for me to, get what I want on there. I really like that frame, so I just fussy cut the middle. It had a saying on there, and I will use it at the end. But I wanted to frame our picture and use those big die cuts as kind of to ground it on the paper. Right now I am going to glue on some wood veneers. I wanted to add 2 stars, one in Texas where we're from, and then one kind of where she's going to be at in Germany. It's such a small continent, and you know, it's not going to be precise, but in the area where we are and she's at. I also added a wood veneer airplane going across the Atlantic because that's where she's going. Wanted to throw this little clip in there for you guys on just, I sewed a border around the paper. Really easy, really simple. I have a Janome Sew Mini. I love this machine. I've had it for a very long time and it's still going strong. Once this breaks though, I think I'm gonna buy myself a really big fancy one because I wish I could do more actual sewing fabric, but with this little sewing machine it's so hard, and sometimes it's just too much for such a little machine, because this is more for like paper crafts and small sewing projects. So there's my border. I love the way the black pops with the colors and the white background. And then on the back of the watercolor paper, I really like the way that looks. So I'm just putting everything back, making my final decisions and gluing everything down. I think this is just some embroidery floss that I have. Just going to add some of that in the back of the photo. I'm going to mess with this a little bit too much. Try to get it perfect, but I just end up looks all the same, right? But I really like the way the black pops on this layout. I'm going to add some more adhesive in the back, and then finally stick that down. Gonna stick my globe down. And then here are a couple embellishments, die cuts that I'm sorry, I don't remember which. It's from Amy Tan. I just don't remember which collection it's from. It says create every day. Excuse me. I'm using some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. I love, these are like my favorite dimensionals ever. I have some of the American Crafts ones, but they're just add too much bulk to my projects. And the Stampin' Up! Ones add just enough. I really love them. I thought I was finished, but then I decided to add some gems that I have. These are really old, but the only black ones that I had, and it was too late to do sprinkles with some color mist, so I just decided to do that. I didn't want to mess that up with the mist. I'm not too great at mist. So just add a few here and there. I think it came out pretty good. Since this is going to go to her as kind of like a remembrance of us, I decided to write her a little message in the back. And that's where my borders are going to come into play that I did earlier. But since I did do some sewing, there is going to be some stuff that I'm going to have to hide. So I'll show you that here in a bit. So right there in the bottom right corner, that's not too cute, so gotta hide that somehow. I tape it down and find a die cut that I want to use to hide that, add a couple more, and then I'll write her a little note, and that'll be it. I hope you guys like this. Stay tuned for some more videos I'm working on. So I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.